Okay, good morning, folks. It's early this morning, 4 a.m. Couldn't sleep too good last night thinking about all the people in Jamaica, and woke up this morning to a very impressive Hurricane Melissa out here. Very intense. This is almost as classic look as it gets, and it looks like now it's almost stationary, and I think it may be starting to turn a little bit. uh, and very intense. This is a sandwich look at satellite look at the combines like infrared and visible and other bands to make this look here. I mean, the circular eye, about 10 miles in diameter, and I'll show you the recon data in a minute. But first, we'll go over the latest track information. 2 a.m. It was centered roughly here. You see the highest winds are still on the right side here. Um, so along to the right of where it makes landfall, uh, going to have the highest impacts. Hurricane warning up for all of Jamaica, eastern Cuba, and likely going to have a hurricane watch or up in the Bahamas here, and tropical storm warning for western Haiti. We could have potentially one, two, four landfalls if it goes right over Bermuda as a hurricane, which it won't likely be as strong, but yeah. So here's the latest recon data. Let me see if I have anything. It was the latest advisory. It was 926 millibars, but now it's since dropped to 921. It might be even lower than that at this point. They're making another pass through here. You can see the most recent data here. Okay. Um, and I'll come back to it here. So this is a website I found, cycloneweather.com. That's some really good information. Um, Maximum estimated surface wind is 157 knots. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I sure hope not, because that would mean it's, if you calculate that, 180 miles per hour. I don't think it's that strong, but I guess we'll find out. But God Almighty, if it is, that's I think there's a reduction factor with that. But either way, crazy recon data. I'll keep coming back to that. Track guidance. Some of the models are to the left here. I know this is. I'll have to zoom into it a little bit for you. If I zoom in, you'll see most of the tracks are tightly clustered here along into the center of. This is from the cycloneweather.com website. I know it's not really centered on your screen. I'll try to make it that way. But all of them go over Jamaica, eastern Cuba. Some are further off to the left, the CMC, Google DeepMind. The rest are either in the middle or off to the right. So a fair amount of spread as you get further out, 96 hours. First 48 hours and 24 hours are critical here. So, landfall location is the most critical when it comes to um, wind speeds and eyewall, right? But anywhere along and to the right of where this comes on shore is going to be in for a mess here on Jamaica, especially. Um, Latest intensity forecast 06Z. Most of the models agree it's going to be at least 120, 140 knot hurricane the next 24 hours, 12 hours or so. And then slowly weaken, although the CMC wants to keep it a little bit stronger. But I really, after I think it hits Jamaica, the biggest threat is going to be rainfall because it's going to weaken some. But I hesitate to play down the possible impacts on Cuba as well. We'll have to see how it fares going over the mountains of Jamaica, and what intensity it is and what the structure looks like at that point. So, key messages here. Very strong wording from the National Hurricane Center here. I mean, you can read it at, you don't get much more stronger wording than that. All right. This is the estimated rainfall. Yesterday when I looked at this, there was that bullseye here. It might be due to mountainous terrain right here in this area. Um, 30, 40 inches of rain, 20 inches of rain, 30 inches. I mean, most of Jamaica here. Even Haiti is going to get into this, part of Dominican Republic. A little more uncertain here in the hatched areas, right? But definitely scary stuff, guys. So this is 4 days. All right. So this is the latest radar from Jamaica. You can almost make out what appears to be a double eyewall structure here, but definitely closed. You can see its position relative to Jamaica. The radar here isn't the best, but it is what it is. Um, I'm sure a lot of people are using this site right now, and I'm surprised it's still working actually. So you can see rainfall already coming on shore here, right? So, and the orographic lifting with the mountains is only going to exasperate things, all right? So let's look at a different look here at the satellite loop. True color and shortwave IR. Very impressive storm tonight, this morning. I know it keeps glitching. I hate that. I don't know why it does that, but I'm going to stop it here. All right. You can see its position, and it's almost stationary really right now. I'm going to go over the hurricane model guidance here because it seems to have a pretty good handle on its location and current intensity, although this is pretty close, but this is the HAFS-A. Forecasts to generally move to the north, go a little further west, not really much, right? And move to the north, come on shore right in the middle of Jamaica right there. It's actually forecast to intensify as it approaches Jamaica to 918, which it already may be at. So this may be a little bit low for intensity wise, but yeah, uh, not good, guys. That up on the screen there. All right, so this is the HAFS-B model starting at 2 a.m. today. This is Let's see, 5 a.m. local time. Still not quite as strong as it is right now, but I got to sneeze. Excuse me, guys. um, Bisecting Jamaica, going over eastern Cuba. You see, the northern half of it has the most convection. Still pretty strong, 958 millibar hurricane. Goes over to Bahamas at 960, getting larger. And you go out in time here. It comes very close to Bermuda. You see Bermuda right there. So go back to the HAFS-A. Let's see what it does. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean, Bermuda's definitely has a chance of getting it, unfortunately. Uh, HMON hurricane model. This has a little bit more intense than it really is, but so we'll have to see what the intensity from the hurricane hunters say. But it's a little further west. But like I said, along to the right, whatever comes on shore, and exactly where it comes on shore, um, gonna have the biggest impacts for the eyewall, especially along on the right side. Usually is the strongest. Okay, so let's see where it takes it. Over eastern Cuba, parts of the Bahamas. I couldn't see where Bermuda was on that, but wish I could zoom out with this, but can't. There it is, to the south of Bermuda. All right. uh, there's one more model, the HWRF. Let's see here. Going back, I didn't have a very good. It has a pretty good handle on where it is right now and the intensity, although a little bit weaker than it is. It moves it further west. It wants to hit the western edge of Jamaica, which I don't know if that's going to be that far west, but all within the cone, guys. Further west into Cuba, the Bahamas, and there's Bermuda up here. It takes a further eastern jog there. So as we go through today, you know, the system will evolve some, but let's get a zoomed out view here. I want to go back to the HAFS-A parent, which is zoomed out, so we get a better idea what's going on here, right? This will give me an idea. This will give me an idea of total accumulated precip from this model. See what has the highest precip totals, right? Makes a beeline right into Bermuda, but the biggest rainfall threats Jamaica, Cuba, and thankfully, as it moves over Cuba, we're moving faster. So, um, you know, oh boy. Let's see. Let's go back to the recon. See if we have any recent data. They're almost in the eye here. Hopefully, we'll get to see it here in a minute. Um, This is a 5 a.m. advisory from the National Hurricane Center. We have Category 5 hurricane on our hands here. 917 millibar minimum pressure, 160 mile per hour sustained. Maximum winds moving to the west at 3 miles per hour. Here's your wind speed probabilities. All right, tropical storm force wind speed probabilities. This is zoomed out. This is the static image. Go back. You can see where the highest winds are proposed to be here. Bermuda has a good chance of getting in on it. Obviously, Jamaica, parts of Cuba, parts of the Bahamas, and Bermuda. Good chance here. All right. 50 knot wind speed probabilities, which is like 58 miles per hour. Okay. Um, Still high chances, of course, in Jamaica, Cuba. As we get further along with this, it'll likely, obviously, probabilities will increase here, but right now, that's it there. This is hurricane force wind probabilities um, hitting. Well, this is the probabilities. Let's see. 2 a.m. Monday to 2 a.m. Saturday. Yeah, okay, that goes out that much time, but these probabilities only increase as it gets closer, and it maintains its strength there. So if we go back to the arrival time of the warning cone, let's look at it again. 5 a.m., major hurricane, 160 mile per hour, hurricane moving the west at 3. You see the cone coming on shore tomorrow morning early, possibly, and staying over Jamaica through Tuesday, landfall in Cuba on Wednesday. Um, Hurricane warnings, hurricane watch for the Bahamas, right? Forecast to hit there about Wednesday and race off to the north and potentially impact Bermuda on Friday morning. So we had potentially a historic and devastating system here. So pray for pray for all the people in the path of this, especially Jamaica, but Cuba as well. And talk to you soon. God bless.